Hello and welcome. Today is Wednesday, September 1st. Actually, you know that because I'm in front of my computer. So, today has been an interesting day thus far. I found out this morning because I took a picture of my schedule, and so I have my class. My class was gonna be at 10:30 to 11:45. I was ready for that hour and 15-minute lecture. I was ready for it. And then come to find out, so oh yeah, I forgot. I dropped that class. I was like, okay, well, like when's my next class? 3:30 is like, oh, okay. So my class is from I guess 3:30 to 4:45, I guess. I'm gonna need to text Jeremo, so tell him that like as soon as the class ends, I will meet him at the place to get my stitches cleaned again. Because apparently the doctor just wants to make sure it's clean, extra cleaned, I guess. So, but Friday is when these are definitely coming off. So I'm so excited. I've never been more excited. So I took a shower. So like I'm really clean again. Again, I'm clean, but I'm not clean. It's like ah. So, but like after I found out that I wasn't gonna be in class this morning, I decided to go to the cafeteria, which they call a restaurant, I guess. I didn't get any pictures of like inside. I was kind of nervous. Like it was fine. It was really quiet. Like it was recommended that when you're in there to not talk. They want you to open your mouth as little as humanly possible. Basically, you're in there to ingest food quickly, and leave. Like, and it was really funny. I saw people, they're very uniformed, like all the cleaning ladies, all the security people, like they're all sitting like next to each other, and like everyone's on their phone while they're eating because no one's allowed to talk, and there are these barriers that separate four chairs, and so when you're sitting there, I was with a guy named John. When we got in first, when we didn't know where it was. We found out that it's above the little convenience store. And then you walk through this door and you go through the little bar thingy. Apparently there's a QR code. I guess you could scan it with your phone. I guess it automatically charges you. I don't know. But you write down your name and phone number. That way, in case there's a COVID breakout, they can force you into your room. And so I signed my stuff. Me and Joan went through, and then there's a little ticket. And this lady, she really wanted us to just get like the one ticket and move on. So that's what we did. We got the one ticket and we moved on. And but I was really confused because I wanted the meat on the one side and not the patty on the other. But like they really wanted me to go this side and not this side. And I was like, but I don't want the patty. And like they tried talking to me in Korean. I told them, I looked at him, I said, I don't know what you're saying. But they really wanted me to get into this line. So I finally got into that line and I put my ticket in, and then they hand me a chicken patty. And I was like, this isn't what I wanted. And I realized too late that the other line, that apparently you have to go around, you have to go around the other bin to grab a different tray because there's a divider in the middle. And I'm like, this is a little confusing, first off. And then you grab your food, kind of like buffet style. You pour as much as you want onto your plate. So it's $5 for as much as you want, which I think is nice. Then you go find your spot. It's me and John. We sat across from each other. There's like a divider in the center of both of us. And then we went to go get our cups. And like I said, like the cups, how big? Like the cups are a little bit, I mean, this is pretty big and wide. They're a little bit smaller than this. Like, honestly, they are small. Like, this is my hand, and this is this, okay? The cups are tiny. And, like, I had some sort of weird hot broth with rice, and like, I didn't eat the chicken patty. But, like, it was so unsatisfying. It was, like, probably one of the first meals I've had in Korea where I was, like, very unsatisfied. And it was hot, and it was I really wish I had the other side, but I didn't think I could go back through. I didn't think they'd let me because I didn't order another meal ticket. So I just left, and then I went to explore KU University because that's where I was going to go anyways. Because that's where I thought the dining facility was. There are a bunch of buildings everywhere. Like KU is very pretty. I took lots of pictures. So when I'm editing, I think what I might do is just talk over like where I went, kind of make it like a little journey, just kind of make it a little easier. Because at the moment, I don't remember exactly. I mean, I do, but I couldn't piece it together in a nice story.
Hello, and this is me doing after recording. So here we have a bit of a map. It's a little bit hard to see, I know, on my little screen. Probably, hopefully, a little easier for you guys. These are all the different areas of KU's campus, basically just all the different names and whatnot. I decided to take a picture in two parts because the board was really, really big. So here's the other part of the board where they actually had the campus split. Like, it's a pretty big campus, but like there's a bunch of like the town and everything else like surrounding all of it. Because like I said before in an earlier vlog, Korea is pretty much built right on top of each other, so everything's intermingled pretty well. And then with this next part, this is me actually exploring. This is one of the main areas of KU. At least this is the area right after the signboards. So you know, you can take the shelter under there, and there are some buildings here and there that I can't quite catch the name of, mainly because they're Korean, so I didn't know. I couldn't really ask anybody because no one was with me. There's a place called Hannah's Palace, Hannah's Place, I believe. No, Hannah's Place. Yeah, Hannah Plaza. Because as I remember, it was really funny. I found this picture. I saw it on the ceiling, and I was like, why? Why is his name on the ceiling? I don't understand. Later on, I actually was able to find it on the floor too, but you know, it's so big that you're naturally just looking up. So that's what I was. And then this building here is another building. I thought it looked pretty cool. Like there's a lot of really old architecture here in Korea. I think they claim that I think they say that their school was either founded or made in 1905. So with a lot of the architecture that these buildings, you know, derive from, it kind of makes sense. So you have like a really nice building with an old clock and some trees and some clouds. So yeah. No, this next picture. So this is funny. I remember walking down the sidewalk and I saw this and I had to stop and take a picture because I thought it was so funny. They call it the cinema trap. You know, I have some friends back home and who were in cinema, and I was like, "Ha! I knew that cinema was a trap." So like, I quickly stopped. Like I was pretty far away, and I just like, I need to take a picture of this, and yeah, and then so I just took a picture of it, and I felt really good about myself. Honestly, I don't know what this is. This was a statue of some dude. So it's really funny is right now I have not zoomed out the picture, so I will zoom out the pictures for you guys so you can see the entire picture. But for me, I can only see the label, and I don't even know what that says. Like I said, a lot of this stuff is only in Korean, so there's no real English translation behind it. Like even like this monument right here, it looked really cool. I think it's really neat. I have no idea what it's about or what it's even saying. You know, so but hey, it looked cool. You could walk right up to it and really get a feel for it. So that was nice. There's even a little bit of a saying writing on the back. I didn't know what it was. I took a picture and I kept moving. Here is another picture of, oh my gosh, I forget what this building was called. Man, it's fine. There's a lot of these buildings, and they do have English labels on like little placards on the side. But for a lot of these buildings, I didn't have a whole lot of time for class to go for as I had to get back in time for class. So I just like walked around, snapped pictures of buildings. I think I'm supposed to be getting a tour of the campus. So when that happens, I can ask these buildings' names and show them to you. For this video right here, I was actually in a little bit of like a garden area. I actually went off the main beaten path, and I'm pretty sure I was allowed to be here. I'm pretty sure. I didn't know what this was, but it looked pretty cool, and it was really, really tall. So I liked it. There was a bunch of stools. There were benches, I mean, and so I even left like a milk jug on one of the benches. And I thought it was kind of funny. Here's another picture of a bunch of men and a little wreath. And yep, I got it. This is one of those things where there'll probably be pictures that if I'm by myself, I just can't explain them to you, mainly because I don't know. So here's the rest of the video.
And then I came back, and finished editing. I'm looking at my speaking for beginners Korean 1, and oh my gosh, it's I'm answering the questionnaire, and it's like, this class is recommended for those who have completed beginners Korean 1, and I was like, I don't like all 4 things for beginners Korean 1 were filled. So it's just like, it's so irritating how it's like, I wouldn't mind taking a beginner's Korean speaking class. I wouldn't mind taking a beginner's Korean writing class. But it says I need to take the beginner's Korean class, period, first in order to actually take these other classes. It's recommended, not required, but it's recommended. So it's like, in half an hour, I get to go onto this link to possibly join a class that I may or may not be able to join. The professor might actually ask me to leave, from what I understand of the questionnaire. That's lovely. So that's what's going to happen in 29 minutes. But after that, should end around 4:45, and I'll get my stitches. So it should be one of the last times I do that. So I might take a picture of like the entrance of the place. Show you guys what it looks like. If I do, it'll appear here. If I don't, then hey! So that's why I was editing some of my videos. I'm like, I'll show a picture. And it's like, I have to walk out somewhere and go find it again. I forgot to take a picture of it. So, yep, that's me at the moment. So, I'm gonna sign off. See you guys later, possibly. Yep. What time is it? Stitches time. It's time to get them clean. What time is it? Stitches time. It's time to go out the door. Hello, and welcome back to Wednesday night. It's like around 9 o'clock. Wow, it's not that late. But I just kind of wanted to do an update. So I did do my first class, which was more of a lecture, being like, hey, it's class. And I was like, yep. So we were there for like half an hour. I came to find out that speaking for beginners 1 is basically a class where they're already speaking in Korean. And so it's recommended that you take beginners Korean 1, not speaking beginners 1. It's like, I feel like if you were to go to like high school, like for Spanish, like if you took Spanish 1, you're not already expected to know like Spanish. Like when I was in high school, you know, Spanish 1, you knew nothing. So speaking Korean 1, I guess you're supposed to know something. So she recommended that I probably just go to beginners Korean 1 and not take this class, because I'm not gonna know a whole lot. But basically that. And also with stitches, they cleaned my head again, and it hurt. It felt like they pulled out a clump of hair. I was like, ah. So there's that. And I went to dinner with Granimo, and oh my gosh, I'm gonna throw the name on screen here, and then I'm gonna put a picture beneath it. And the food is actually really, really good. So right now I'm working on some danganronpa. I was going to. That's basically what I'm doing for the night. The food actually is really good there, and you know, me and Geronimo, we had a good time. So yeah, see y'all tomorrow.